What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Ridge here to talk some NBA prop plays over on Prizepicks for Tuesday, February 7th. Unfortunately, yesterday, Josh Giddey, he broke my heart. He broke my heart. So close. Only did 1 rebound, had 4 in his first rotation, only get 3 the rest of the game. So that really sucked. Otherwise, Jason Tatum did go over his points. Now, Jaylen Brown did not play in that game, but he still scored 34. So he took the over on his points. Probably got that number for you as well. Paul George went over his threes, and DeMar did push his assists. So, I kind of said he'd probably push. I mean, today he's probably going to push again. So if you want to play towards a push, it's not. You could. I still think there's upside there today. So I will be talking about DeMar a little bit later. And the underplays, of course, did not hit. Nobody played for the Mavs. Even Christian Wood, he only played 19 minutes, did not play in the fourth quarter. So, Mavs resting, waiting for that trade to go through, whatever. And Clarkson obviously took advantage of that, scored, I believe, 26 points. Led his team, but unfortunately for them, could not win the game. Mavs cashed a pretty nice ticket for me yesterday. So happy that the Mavs got the dub. Shout out Utah for sucking. Thank you for that. But we are back in today. No underplays, but I might mention Wendell Carter, and we will get into that one. But let's get into the plays for today right now.
For all the high-flying action, take a step back and relax. It's time to count that money, the NBA props. No look any further. You know what time it is. Presented by Prizepicks, NBA props. Let's
count that money, man.
We are back. First play, top play. I think it's a really, really good one. Larry Nance Jr. over 7.5 points. He scored double-digit points in each of his last 5 games. Minus 130 on DraftKings. I believe it's minus 135 on a couple of books as well. So definitely every book right now is projecting Larry Nance to go over. So up against Atlanta today, the matchup is pretty neutral. He will come off the bench, projected for right around 9 points. As you can see, 10.6 over his last 5. 100% data said he should get somewhere around 8.4. Standard dev of 1.3 over the last 5 is pretty solid. Nance is a good play. Should score anywhere around 8 to 9 points. Knowing he only has to get 8 is a really good number. I think if it was 8.5, it'd make me question it a little bit more. But at 7.5, he only needs to get 4 buckets, and he can obviously get a couple and ones, can get some putbacks. So there's opportunity even in limited minutes. He's only playing about 23 minutes a game. But if heaven forbid he plays a little bit extra because there's some foul trouble for JV, then even a better chance for him to go over. But even with his regular minutes, still has a pretty good shot. Larry Nance is the number 1 play. DeMar DeRozan as well. Like I mentioned today, the books have him at 4.5, but minus 155 to the over. The Memphis Grizzlies allowed the second most assists to opposing small forwards. So again, another reason to believe DeMar can go over. And I haven't projected for another over yet again. So again, yesterday, 4 assists in the first half. Only got 1 in the second half. I don't know what you want me to do. That's just what happens. They are on a back-to-back, so there is that factor there. But DeMar should be dishing the ball yet again. He's hit 5 assists in, I believe, each of his last 6 games. So yes, you're kind of playing to a push, but I think there is upside with the matchup. And obviously the books already have this number heavily juiced to the over, so they really do believe there's a good shot he gets to 5. And I believe there's a pretty good shot he gets to 6 as well. And the last play, I'm looking at Michael Porter Jr. So there's 2 I brought up because the points and rebounds does look pretty good. It's minus 125. 3rd or 4th best matchup in the NBA in Minnesota. But if you want to kind of fade some of my data and go after the book data, the threes does look really good. Some books have it at minus 140. It's anywhere from around minus 135 to minus 140 right now. I don't think you'll get to 3 on Prizepicks, but it's very similar to what we saw with Paul George. The only difference is the matchup isn't that great. So you see the matchup 3rd in the NBA. Minnesota, we'll see how they ultimately defend Michael Porter. I don't really believe they have anyone who can defend him. He's just too big. He'll shoot a ton of threes. He's making, anywhere around 3.6 over the last 5. The 100% data says he should get around 2.7. That's because of the matchup. But Minnesota, you see the pace environment there. Jamal Murray is cooking. So that is a potential factor here. The big thing is you have Jokic projected for over his assists at 10.5. So there's expecting a lot of diming out of Jokic today. 10.5 assists is a ton. Jamal Murray, I have for an over. Michael Porter is a slightly higher edge. So Jamal Murray is 24.5 points. I think I have him projected for 27. Then you have Michael Porter, points and rebounds at 20.5. I'm projected for 23.7. I think they should win this game. Like the question is can Minnesota stay competitive? And I think I trust Michael Porter a little bit more to get his scoring done early and get it out of the way. He's going to take early shots. He's going to take threes. If he makes them, then he could cash this prop in the first half. The question is, will he get those opportunities with Jamal Murray playing very well, with Jokic obviously getting his? I think you could go either way. You see there's a slightly higher edge for the points and rebounds at 20.5. You see, projections are pretty similar, 22.5 over the last 5, 25.1 for the 100 possession data because of the matchup. And then it's the inverse for the threes because the matchup isn't that great. So I do kind of knock him a little bit because of the matchup. But the books have overs for both. I still like Larry Nance. I think you could play DeMar again tonight if you're feeling it. And I think Michael Porter, whether you want to go points and rebounds or the threes, both numbers are good. The threes are more the sportsbook play, and then the points and rebounds are more of the data play from my model and my process. So take what you like, leave what you don't. Larry Nance, DeMar DeRozan, and Michael Porter Jr. today are the guys I will be taking over on Prizepicks. And as always, if you tail, give Prizepicks hell, and if we fail, do not bail. I'm back tomorrow with more NBA picks and bets over on Prizepicks, but good luck tonight to everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.